Felis catus, aka the house cat, worshipped by ancient Egyptians and associated with witchcraft. For almost 10,000 years, these furry friends have been with us. While there are dozens of different breeds, there's one thing that all cats have in common. They like to cover their poop. Until fairly recently, most cats lived and did their business outdoors. But as cities grew, so did the demand for indoor pets, and humans have been scooping up after them ever since. We've tried everything from sand and dirt to sawdust and ashes to fill their litter boxes, and today we have litter alternatives and automatic scoopers, but none of this would have been possible without one man who created a multi-billion-dollar industry and became the king of kitty litter. The year was 1946, the war was over, and 25-year-old Ed Lowe returned home from his service in the Navy, going to work for his father's distribution business in Cassopolis, Michigan. Among the various products that Lowe & Lowe offered was absorbent clay for cleaning up industrial spills, a safer alternative to the highly flammable sawdust traditionally used. As the story goes, one day a company shipped a sample of their absorbent clay to the Lowe facility, hoping to gain their business. But Ed's father was a loyal dry-ice distributor and he shunned the competitor's product. By chance, a friend of the Lowes asked Ed if he knew something that would catch her kitty's waste better than the sand she had been using. On a hunch, Ed suggested she try out clay instead and gave her a bit of the sample batch. When the woman returned for more, Ed knew he had a winner on his hands. But sales wouldn't come easy when the cost of sand was mere pennies. So he bagged up some of the clay, labeled it kitty litter, and gave it away for free at the local pet store. Word quickly spread about Lowe's litter alternative, and he immediately began marketing his product to other retailers. After just a few years, Ed was able to purchase the entire distribution business from his father. He began to market kitty litter across the Midwest and even scooped boxes at cat shows in exchange for space to demonstrate his product. In the 1950s, Ed expanded the litter business with an entire line of cat products, ranging from disposable trays to shampoo and toys. He also created the Tidy Cat brand specifically for supermarkets, and positioned kitty litter as a specialty brand marketed to pet stores and veterinarians. Ed also expanded on the manufacturing side, moving his packaging facility closer to his raw clay provider, and a few years later he purchased his own mining tract and manufacturing facility. Instead of going the traditional route of a regional distributor, Ed sold his litter by the train carload to local wholesalers who would in turn sell it to the retailers. In 1965, Ed took a huge leap by purchasing his main supplier, the Southern Clay Company, and a chief competitor, the Tennessee Absorbent Clay Company, and established a company headquarters in Cassopolis. This 365-acre facility, known as Big Rock Valley Farm, was used to study agricultural, commercial, and domestic applications of Lowe's clay products. It also featured a cattery, housing over 120 cats that helped with behavioral studies and developing new products. Competition was fierce though, and large corporations like Clorox with fully developed supply chains wanted a scoop of the profits. Not to be outdone, Ed constructed a new facility in Bloomfield, Missouri, which produced almost twice as much litter as his two other plants combined. In the late 70s, Ed traveled to Europe, where he quickly found markets for his kitty litter and agricultural products. Back at home, Ed had already dominated the East and Midwest, so in 1980 he expanded westward, purchasing the Panamint Marketing Company in Maricopa, California. By the end of the 80s, the kitty litter market had ballooned to over $300 million annually. Through vertical integration, product innovations, and expansions across the United States and Europe, Ed was able to hold on to a lion's share of the industry. In 1990, Ed sold his kitty litter empire for $200 million. But he didn't just cash out and retire in luxury, though. He became a mentor to other entrepreneurs and an advocate for small business. Today, his legacy lives on through the Edward Lowe Foundation, which invests in growing companies and leads conservation projects across the United States.
You might wonder what motivates a man like me. Simple. I love cats.
99% dust-free kitty litter brand leaves others in the dust.